And continuing coverage of the Pope's visit to the United States, and the Mass is coming. But first, the top two Republican presidential candidates are on the campaign trail in South Carolina today. Carly Fiorina officially applied to be on the ballot for the first in the South primary. She soared in the polls after last week's GOP debate on CNN, and she's now in second place. The Republican frontrunner, Donald Trump, met with African-American business leaders in Charleston this afternoon. He's also set to hold a town hall meeting in Columbia tonight. Campaign Carl Cameron live across town in the D.C. newsroom. Hey, Carl.
Hi, Shep. Busy day, but the trail also comes here to some extent. Jeb Bush, for instance, Ted Cruz, and Marco Rubio will all be around for the Pope's visit to the Capitol. And there are lots of candidates, as you say, in South Kakalaki, the state with the first Southern primary. Rand Paul's down there, Mike Huckabee's down there, and Carly Fiorina and Mr. Trump. The front-runner, Trump, addressed that minority business leaders group. It's the Greater Chamber of Commerce from Charleston and the Charleston Business Alliance. The Real Clear Politics average of recent polls in South Carolina shows that Trump is in the 30s, Ben Carson's in the 20s, and the rest of the pack is pretty much in double digits. This was Trump today taking a shot at Marco Rubio.
Marco Rubio, who, by the way, has the worst attendance record in the U.S. Senate, has got the #1 worst attendance record, and they want him to be president, right?
Rubio knocked the Donald last night on the Kelly file as vague on national security. Watch.
There should be concerns, not just about him, but about any candidate that's not able to speak in detail, with clarity, and with seriousness.
So Trump tweeted, quote, Senator Marco Amnesty Rubio, who has the worst voting record in the Senate, just hit me on national security, but I said, don't go into Iraq. Vision. Well, with Scott Walker out of the race, Rubio's trying to make a play for Walker's big donors and his staff, so Rubio's now running second ahead of Bush in Florida. For Trump, that's a problem. Trump's ahead, and he thinks it's now time to pound Rubio, who's making an advance, Shep.
And then there's Fiorina, who's been surging, as we mentioned, but usually when you surge, they start taking shots at you. How she's doing in Carolina.
That's been going on. She was down there today. She paid the $40,000 fee to get on the ballot, and she spoke to a barbecue bunch for lunch. And she took a shot at Trump, too. Watch.
And leadership is not about how big your office is, how big your title is, how big your airplane or your helicopter or your ego is.
Well, with the pontiff here in the nation's capital, the preferred mode of transportation is either a Pope mobile or a Fiat, Shep.
Carl Cameron in the Bureau across town. Carl, thanks.